I just built my first SaaS, and I actually launched it. It's called VoiceScript, and yeah, you're hearing my cloned voice right now generated using the product itself. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the whole story, the problem I was trying to solve, how I built the MVP as a solo founder, the messy bits nobody posts online, and what I'm doing right now to get it into real creator workflows. So here's the problem. Creators need voiceovers constantly. YouTube, TikTok, audiobooks, podcasts, everyone needs narration, but most options fall into two camps. Either the voices sound robotic and generic, or voice cloning works, but it's expensive, fiddly, or a pain to edit. And the editing part matters way more than people think, because the real workflow is you write, you generate, you cringe, you tweak one line, you regenerate, you tweak timing, regenerate again. If that loop sucks, creators won't use the tool, so the product idea was simple. Make voice generation feel like a script editor, not a science experiment. That's what VoiceScript is. You paste a script, choose a voice, including your own cloned voice, and generate clean narration quickly. The big focus is control, multilingual output, getting acronyms and dates and currencies spoken clearly, and fast edit this line and re-render only that part workflows. If you've ever tried recording narration yourself, you know the pain, mouth clicks, pacing, retakes, energy dropping halfway through, background noise, all of it. I wanted the convenience of AI but with the control of a real production workflow. And lately I've been obsessing over the stuff that makes this actually usable in production, not just cool in a demo. Like what happens after you generate the audio, because for most creators the next step is the edit, and that's where tools usually fall apart. So I added something I personally wanted. You can now download all generated audio as a single zip in one go, plus a set of Resolve-friendly exports so you can drop everything straight into a DaVinci Resolve timeline in order. It includes a timeline import file and optional metadata, so each clip can carry the matching script text and notes. If you do edit by markers workflows, there's also an EDL marker export so your script shows up as timeline markers line by line, which makes cutting and swapping takes way faster. Under the hood, this kind of feature sounds boring, but it's the difference between nice tech and I can actually use this every day. The goal is that you generate in VoiceScript, download once, import once, and you're immediately editing. No manual dragging 100 cuts around or guessing what order things go in. Now, I'm not going to pretend I had a perfect master plan building this. I had the idea, and I did what everyone does. I overthought it. I worried about competitors. I worried I wasn't different enough. And I kept thinking I needed one magic feature to justify building it. But the truth is, differentiation usually doesn't come from one magic feature. It comes from doing the boring stuff really well: reliability, speed, editing, and UX. So I made a rule for myself. Build the smallest version that proves people want this, then ship it. At a high level, the system is pretty simple. There's a web app where you edit the script, an API that handles jobs, authentication and billing, and GPU workers that do the actual voice generation. The key design choice was not blocking the app while generation happens. Generation can take time, so jobs go into a queue, workers pick them up, results come back, and the UI updates when it's ready. That one decision makes the product feel smooth instead of janky. But I'm not going to lie, building it was a lot of debugging reality until it behaves. It was constant stuff like, why is this worker cold starting? Why did this request fail? Why did it pronounce a price like a demon? Why did that sentence sound perfect yesterday and weird today? And one of the biggest challenges wasn't even the model, it was the input. Text is messy. People write things like £1,234.56, 8:05 AM, Tuesday, September 17th, 12 to 15 mins, and they expect it to sound natural every time. So a huge chunk of the product became text normalization, taking real-world writing and converting it into something the model can speak consistently without ruining the writer's intent. This is where VoiceScript started to feel like a real product to me. Not just a model wrapper, but a workflow tool that makes the output predictable. Then there's the business side. I wanted a free tier because people need to try it before they'll pay, but free tiers get abused, especially when your costs are GPU based and real. So I designed it so people can try it, but with guardrails, enough to prove value, but not enough to get rinsed by freeloaders forever. If you're building anything with real compute costs, you have to solve this early. And now, this is the honest part, VoiceScript is live, but it's still early. I'm at that stage where the product works and the core loop is there, but I'm actively looking for a small group of creators to pressure test it in real workflows, tell me what's missing and help shape what it becomes. I'm not trying to pretend it's some massive company already. It's a real SaaS that I built, it's launched, and now I want to make it genuinely great by building with real user feedback. So if you're a content creator posting a lot of voice content, faceless YouTube, daily shorts, audiobook chapters, podcast clips, anything where you're constantly generating narration, I'd love to work with you directly. Email me at matt@voicescript.com. I'll set you up with founder rates in return for honest feedback, and if it's a fit, a testimonial once you've used it in your actual workflow. No pressure, no hard sell. I just want a handful of serious users who actually push it and tell me the truth. A few things I already learned just getting to launch. Onboarding matters way more than you think. Defaults matter. Edge cases like dates and currencies will haunt you. And perfectionism is basically just a fancy way to delay shipping. Users will forgive rough edges if the core value is there, and they'll tell you what to fix first. So that's the plan. Keep tightening the editing loop, improve consistency, speed up re-renders, and build the features creators actually ask for, not just what sounds cool on a roadmap. If you want to try VoiceScript, it's live. And this video is literally a demo because you're listening to it right now. If you're building something too, drop a comment with what you're working on. And if you want to follow the journey as I build this in public, subscribe, do me a favor and hit that like button whilst you're at it. Thanks for watching. All right, back to shipping.